right before that happened that helped to promote it was called the Holocaust, where the Jews were hated and killed, and many decided to go home. And God had that all planned and arranged. But Israel became a nation. We had the ecumenical movement, the Bible version, and TV, and on and on. All kind of things started around 1948. And there's people who were alive in 1948 are going to be alive when Jesus comes back. They may be up in years, but they're going to, the ones that saw the beginning, some are going to be around for the grand finale. Verily I say unto you, that this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. They're all going to be accomplished in probably a 70-year or so period of time. And it says, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. Jesus said, the plan is written in concrete, as it were. Somebody comes to know the Lord changed his plans. No, heaven and earth are going to pass away, but the word Jesus just spoke in Mark 13 about his return, they are going to be fulfilled. They are going to come to pass. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But that day and that hour. Now, if I say Jesus is coming next week, would that be wrong to say? Well, yes and no. If I said he's coming Tuesday at 4 o'clock, nobody can know that. But if I said he's coming next week, by things I've seen, technically that would, Jesus didn't say that's right. He said nobody knows. If people say he'll come 1988 in November or whatever, like some people predicted, then that's wrong. But we don't know the day or the hour, but we know it's near. It's closer than we think. And I'm not saying it's next week or next month or next year, but I'm saying you better be ready. That's why I'm telling you about this. Of that day and that hour knoweth no man. If we knew exactly what day it was, guess what? We'd put off getting ready. We'd wait till it happened. Jesus said, I'm not giving you that information right now. He said he didn't even have that information. Only his Father knew that. It says, no, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father. Verse 33, here it is again. Take ye heed. It means be on your toes, on your guard, watching, praying, reading your Bible, witnessing, warning people, ready. And the main thing is to do what? Watch and pray. Look over in 1 Peter chapter 4. And I preached on this portion about the Lord's return, but I want you to see it. It's vital. It's important. 1 Peter chapter 4. And let me find my place. Look in verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Therefore, what? Be ye therefore sober, and do what? Watch unto prayer. Why do we have to be strong and ready and all that? We'll look over in verse 12. Beloved, people of God, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you as though some strange thing happened unto you. Look down with me in verse 17. The time is come. Talking about at the end. What's the first order of judgment? That judgment must begin where? At the house of God, and it first begin at, you can circle that word, us. Before God can deal with them, what does he have to deal with? His own people, his own children. Back in verse 33 in Mark, take ye heed, watch and pray. Stay spiritually strong, alert, active, aggressive, witnessing, warning people, for you know not when the time is. You don't want to be caught unawares. Turn to 1 Thessalonians 5, and I'll be closing shortly. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. I quoted some of this to you earlier. I I believe, again, it's vital, or I wouldn't have you to turn. If there's any generation that is ripe, ready for the return of the Lord, it needs to be us. Look in verse 1, 1 Thessalonians 5, but of the times and seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, that means Antichrist has all the problems solved. Everything's okay. Then what's going to happen? Sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman, and they shall not escape. Here's what I want you to see, though. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should do what? Overtake you. Run you over. Catch up with you. As a thief. You are the children of light and the children of the day, and we are not of the night nor the darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others. Let us watch and be what? Sober. Again, on your toes, on your guard, watching, prayer, warning, doing everything to try to win people. For you know not when the time is. I'm finishing verse 33 in Mark. For the Son of Man is as a man taking a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants and to every man his work, and commanded the porter to what? Jesus left. He said he's going to come back someday, and we're to be about our Father's business, just like he was about his Father's business. But verse 35, watch ye therefore, be open, looking at what's coming down. Again, with television and the news, you can see what's happening. Could people 100 years ago have a clue what's happening in the rest of the world? They had to wait days for a newspaper to come out. But you could see it instantly. You could see two men laying dead on the streets of Jerusalem right from your living room, for the most part, or on your computer and the internet and all that. But it's so important that we watch ye therefore, for you know not when the master of the house cometh, at even, or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning. Well, I believe we've passed all those phases. I've preached on those different phases. When did the morning period start? It started with what's called the Enlightenment, when they invented the printing press, and all kind of things began to be published after that. What's the first book that got printed? The Bible. Amen. That's a source of real life. And I believe we're in the morning, and that it's ready now for the S. Not the S-U-N is going to rise according to Malachi, but when it says the S-U-N is going to rise, who's it really referring to? The S-O-N. He's going to come with healing in his wings. He's going to put it all, fix it up, and put it together, and reclaim us, whatever. But be careful, lest coming suddenly, he's not going to call you up and say, hey, I'll be there at 2 o'clock today, so pack your bags. Lest coming suddenly, he find you what? Sleeping. What's the greatest concern about the church in the last days? To be sleeping. It's high time to do what? Wake out of sleep, Romans 13. For now is your salvation near the when you believe. The salvation is not about night you're getting saved, but the return of the Lord to get you, to fix this mess we call world events, world society. But let's coming suddenly, he finds you sleeping. Watch, I say. Stay alert. Keep focused. Don't lose sight of this. Watch. And what I say to you, I say to y'all,